Great.
All right, so welcome to Understanding Cryptos 101. And we're here today to just get an idea of the who, what, where, when, and how of the crypto market. And I'm going to start right away with the beginning of the slideshow. And if there's any questions from the guests that are here on our Zoom, please, ask questions because that's always helpful. And my cat will be meowing while I'm presenting, so hope you don't mind.
And I'm gonna mute so it's not too noisy for us.
Alrighty, yeah, if you could mute too. So here we go. So yeah, my background is in technology. I worked with corporations all over the world, selling, designing networks, and I got into the cryptocurrency market in 2017, and it was just before the great rise in Bitcoin and Litecoin and some other coins. So I made a lot of money in 1 month and then bowed out for a little while, and I've just gotten back into it more in the past year. And so it's really exciting for me seeing the rise in the usage of crypto market. So I'm going to just go ahead and take you to the first slide here on what is cryptocurrency, the real basic level of what it is. It's a digital currency that is referred to as coins or tokens. It's basically a private digital currency. So it's all online, electronic. It's now used as a way to buy goods and services. So you may start seeing places that are accepting cryptocurrencies. We were in fact at a farmer's market down in San Diego last week, and a gentleman had a sign that accepted Bitcoin. And then also there's hotels in Las Vegas that accept cryptos. There's travel agencies. The country of El Salvador is now accepting Bitcoin as legal tender. So I think, it's very wise to learn all about cryptocurrency because it's really coming on strong right now, and we'll be entering in all sorts of markets. So who runs the crypto? Each crypto is created by individuals or companies. There are no banks involved. So when you open an account, it's up to you to keep track of your passwords and security codes. It's a decentralized system, and no one company or person is in charge of the system as a whole. So that's really interesting, how it's evolved. And it's important to understand that, a lot of banks and financial institutions really didn't like this growing. And I think at first we're very adverse to it, but now there has to be an adoption point that is slowly starting to happen. So we'll see how that kind of plays out in terms of if you can go onto like Ameritrade and buy crypto. It hasn't happened yet. Maybe it will one day, we'll see. But for now, we've got other exchanges online called like Coinbase or Binance and such. So when did it start? It started by an unknown person. So we really don't know exactly who started the first coin, which was Bitcoin. But the name that's being used is Satoshi Nakamoto. So it may be one person or a group of people. Began use in 2009 when it was released as an open source software, which means anyone can use it. The first trade was in October 12th of 2009. It first started trading at, can you believe it, 0.0009 cents to the dollar. And now, well, when I wrote this slide, it was 57,000 per coin, but now it's higher than that. It's over 60,000. So you can see on this chart here, the dramatic rise that it's experienced. So what kind of cryptos are there? There are thousands of digital coins now, and more are being created every day. The popular ones are Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin. The newer ones are a great bet as they will increase in value quickly in a short period of time. Those are called altcoins. So Shiba Inu, I don't know if anybody's heard of that one, but just recently in the past couple of weeks, it's gone up 29 million%.
Wow.
And yeah, well, actually in the past 6 months. phenomenal rise. It's really hot right now. I know a lot of people who are buying into it. Actually, I know people who are selling some of their Ethereum in order to buy the Shiba Inu. So there you have a pie chart. It's probably, it's changing obviously over time what this pie chart division looks like, but most people hold Bitcoin, and then the Ethereum is the second largest hold. And then of course there's miscellaneous down at the bottom because there are now over 10,000 coins. So where are they sold? Cryptos are sold on exchanges, much like the Ameritrade site where you can buy stocks. You can buy them and see reports on crypto exchanges. The top ones are Coinbase, and that is actually a publicly traded company. The others are Binance, Kraken, Crypto.com, Gemini. Those are the main ones that are being utilized. And they're bought and sold 24 hours a day, 7 days a week worldwide. Much unlike the stock world, right? See here. What is a crypto wallet? It's a place to hold and send your coins or tokens like a bank account. So it's an app that you download on your cell phone. There are fees to transfer the digital money, basically transaction fees, and the least expensive is Binance. The most reliable is Coinbase. Oop, can you turn off your, can you mute, please? Everybody mute.
Yeah, everybody, please mute. Mike, please mute the Zoom. Thank you.
I have to go, excuse me.
Just mute it. Not you. You can see. We can see you. Just mute it, please.
There you go. All right. So big question that I've gotten from other people is it secure? They're much more than actually financial systems because it was created in order to have better security with financial transactions. Cryptocurrency transactions are recorded on a network of computers called blockchains. The blockchain network agrees on each transaction at lightning speed of every buy and sell that has ever taken place and records it permanently. So there's less likelihood of counterfeiting or duplication of your account. And so why do people buy and sell them? Well, main top one is really to make investments, particularly because of the rise in the value of them. As you noticed with the Shiba Inu, that was extraordinary, that rise. But most of the coins have risen by on average at least 100% in a year. So they also, people want to get a higher rate of return on their money than a savings account or a checking account. So if you think about, the percentage of interest that's offered to you by a bank, they make it sound maybe really great, but in actuality, it's lower than the inflation rate. So I think a lot of people really want to take advantage of this opportunity in the crypto world so they can get ahead past the inflation rate. Also, another one is to have an option to stocks and bonds. So based on, the cryptos moving up in value, stocks and bonds, it's kind of hard to predict sometimes what it's going to do. And so this seems to be that the crypto world is having an increase because there's more faith and it's providing a higher return. It's also to be in a worldwide trading platform, which is helpful to people who are in third world countries or second world countries. So it's basically an even playing field for everyone around the world. And, there's some people that live in small islands, even in the Caribbean, that are becoming millionaires from the crypto world. So also it's being, have people buy and sell them because they want to buy and sell and use cryptos. They want to purchase things now because now there's more opportunities. MasterCard actually just released a press release that said that they are actually going to start accepting cryptos as payment. So that's pretty major right there when you have a credit card for allowing cryptos to become part of their financing system. So who accepts cryptos? Travel agencies, airlines like Cheap Air, online stores, hotels such as Resorts World Las Vegas, Coffee shops, Starbucks takes them via their app. Phone companies like AT&T are accepting all kinds of cryptos for payment. El Salvador, as of the summer, declared Bitcoin as a legal payment in their country. So a lot of people are really moving in that direction. It has, I've read, been an adoption challenge for El Salvador for a lot of people. So there's a bit of a learning curve, I think, for that. So how can they increase in value so much? Cryptos are based on supply and demand. Each token or coin, when it is created, has only a certain number issued. So there's a finite number of them. The higher the demand for the coin, the higher the value. Some investors do what's called a pump and dump and buy a lot at once, then sell when it goes up. And they buy a lot when the value has gone down. So that's why you have a lot of up and down happening. So, but the positive thing here is that the more that people come in to invest, like individual investors, the less likelihood we're going to have these incredible rises like we had in 2017, because more people have the adoption of it. That means they're not grouped together and pumping and dumping. They're just kind of on their own. So what's happening with the market is actually it's leveling off a bit, and that's a good thing. So what different crypto programs are there? Personally, I'm in a handful. Coinbase, Spades Community, Bees.social, and Hyperfund are some of them. There are a lot of programs out there. I also have wallets too, Clever Wallet and Trust Wallet. You have to be careful which ones are valid or scams. So it's best to go with the ones you know people are using and have been for a while. I also suggest going online and looking at reviews, because that is also very helpful to see if anybody has had issues with transactions or anything. There are also NFTs, which is an ownership of a digital artwork, staking pools, and more. So I'm just giving you a flavor for the different things out there, but it is an enormous world that's growing every day in terms of what's available to invest in and ways to get in. So Hyperfund is a program that I have investment in, and it pays 0.005% daily as rewards for membership, it's called. So basically you buy at least $300 for a membership, and then as soon as you buy the membership, they triple your value, so it becomes $900. And then that is spread out over 600 days. So over 600 days, you get the value of $1.50 a day. But then after 50, you can do what's called a rebuy, and you can also have people under you. So I started out investing, and I now have 5 times the value of what I put in that I'm receiving over the length of 600 days. Bees.social is another one, is staking pools, and that is interest earning, and they also mint their own coins. So which means they create their own tokens or cryptocurrencies basically. And that's on Bees.social website. Spades is also a coin that I'm involved in, and Lorian also. And that helps charities and increases in coin value with people participating in the online community of buying and selling and the social media platform. And that website is spades.community. And there's also a prosperity program on there where you can earn money and also get educational information. And if you have people buy the prosperity program, they can have it buy under you, and then you receive a percentage of the money that they put in. It's only $25 per person, but you get money for each person that buys under you. And then there are also NFTs that are for sale. I don't know if you have heard of these, but it's these are some of the this is an idea of what it looks like. This is one particular one that has been on sale. Some of them have a valuation of like $5,000 to $6,000, if you can believe it. And it's a whole different world. So is it risky? Any investment is a risk. So only invest the amount you're willing to use or risk, basically. Cryptos can be volatile, so look at them as long-term plays, because in the past year, they've gone up by some of them 300 to 500% on average. It's best to have a diversified portfolio of coins and in the crypto programs. Big question that I also get on this is, do you pay taxes on your earnings? Yes, every exchange where you can convert to your local currency, the US dollar, for example, you have to provide your bank account and ID when you sign up for an exchange like Coinbase or Binance. But when you convert out and put money in your bank account from your exchange, there you do get issued an earnings report at the end of the year, and then you'll need to file your earnings and pay your taxes on it. So there's some referral links here that Lorian is involved in these programs, and I know she would be really happy to have you sign up under her. So in the chat here, and I'll go back to that in a moment, you can copy and paste it, because it might be a little hard to do from the slide here. So these are the referral links for the Hyper Fund, the Coinbase. When you sign up for that, you get $10 of Bitcoin each, the person who referred you and yourself, as soon as you buy some coins. And then the Spades Prosperity Program I mentioned, this is the referral link for that as well.
And I can also send you the links if you need them from me at any time.
Beautiful. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna stop share for a second here because they're on the chat here. So you can copy and paste. And I see we have a new person here, Don. Welcome, Don. And so that's the slideshow, but I also wanted to show you some examples of some of these coins and the graphs in terms of how they've been doing. So I'm just going to go back into the share screen mode here, and I can show you what that looks like. Oops, let me just get back into this share. I have to get another. Let's see. My cat is wanting to be with me. There we go. So it might take a second, only because when I'm on Zoom, it just slows the computer down a little bit. So sorry for the delay on this, but we're gonna get there here. So I'm gonna show you, this is Coinbase. So once you sign up for it, this is what it looks like. And there's these different buttons here on the left side. That one, the top one is your assets. The second one I just clicked on is trading. So it shows you all the coins and the values of them. And this is pay. This is if you want to move your money into buying them. And there's other things based on your account. There's also a learn and earn. You can actually earn coins if you watch some videos on different coins that are out there. They're usually the smaller coins that are not as popular. But I'll show you here on, let's say, Ethereum. That's a good one to look at. It's very popular, and it's right now valued for one coin at $4,354. So that's in one day, it has gone up almost 10%. In 1 week, it's gone up 6.28%. 1 month, it's gone up 48%. So if you invested back here, let's see, on September 30th, around there, it was almost 3,000. So you would have made almost $1,300. That's pretty good. Check out the last year, though. It's gone up by over 1,000%. So if you bought back in November 2020, when it was at $454, you've made an amazing profit. The trick is on these is actually to hold on to them. They're long-term plays. Some people get really scared, as you can see this dip when it goes up really high and then drops. That's quite a shift from, look, the top was at 41, almost 4,100. I mean, yeah, almost 4,200. And it dropped down within a short period of time. I mean, it dropped from May 11th to May 22nd. Look how much it dropped. But it continued to go up and down and then went up again. So I'll show you on, this is the, since its inception. Back here, it was let's see, 72 cents, 52 around there. Had a nice bump here. That's when I got into the market, is 2017. Little did we know how much more it would go up. So now you have it at the highest it's been yet, is where it is right now. It has increased by 154,000%, which is astronomical. I'll show you another one that Polkadot is one of them that I like. It's now at $43. So I'll show you in the last day, it's gone up 5.5%. The last week, it's had a little bumpy road. But in the month, it's gone up 54%. The last year, 962%. And overall, since it came out around $4, yeah, almost 1,400%. So when you get into this a little bit further and you want to know a little more detail about these, there's actually an overview that's here in the summary, particularly here in Coinbase. I know every exchange kind of looks a little different, but in this one, every coin has its overview, as well as every coin has what's called a white paper, which is like a business plan, and then a link to their official website, so you can read more about what they do. So when you first read this and being new to this whole industry, it's gonna sound like a whole nother language. But as you get into learning more about it, it actually starts to make sense. But this one is designed to allow unrelated blockchains to securely talk to one another so that value or data can flow between Ethereum or Bitcoin and such. So, but you can read more about it when you open an account. And then there's more here. They give you news information, like the latest news on this particular coin, and any top stories in regards to crypto world. And so that is really helpful when you get deeper into this whole industry. And you may not want to, you may just say, I'll just roll the dice and I'll just kind of, invest in the top ones. And that's fine too, because right now I think that it's a great time to get in. I'll show you the major player, that's been going on lately. This is the Shiba Inu that I had talked about prior. So in the last day, it kind of did a little dive here, but it's not too bad compared to what it was. The increase in a week, it's gone up by 137%. So if you invested, just 6 days ago, you would have had almost 3 times your value. In the last year, you can see it's gone up by 84 million%, which is just unbelievable. But they started out with a valuation of being a really low valuation. So if you just buy one of those, you could have gotten millions of shares of Shiba Inu. Some people are saying it might go to $1. So, it could be a great investment if you're willing to take that chance. And here again is the overview and some of the top stories on it. Shiba Inu, you may know, is the type of dog. And so people think it's really cute. And so some of these coins just have a little more fun to them, I've noticed. So that's that. And then here is where you can buy and sell, and then also convert. So what you can do is once you buy some coins in here, you can convert from, let's say, Shiba Inu to exchange it to Ethereum. If you feel like, oh, Shiba Inu is going down too much, I really feel uncomfortable, I want to put it into Ethereum that seems more stable. This is where you can do that. It's pretty easy to do. There's always a little fee for it, so it's not an astronomical fee, but it's a good opportunity. And then, yeah, you can send and receive here, and you tie this basically to your bank account or PayPal or a credit card even. And when you open an account, they ask for your driver's license and a verification of your address. And also the bank account, the bank has to verify that it is indeed you. So it does take a few days to actually open an account for any of the exchanges. Let's see here. So this is more educational information here. And this is the place where you can actually earn money for learning about cryptos. It's pretty easy. And these are the different videos. They only take you like 2 minutes, really. They're super fast. And I've done $60 worth. So it's worth it because they go up in value. Right. So that is that part. So are there any questions so far? Lauren, you look like you had one.
Do you feel that Coinbase is the best exchange to get into in the beginning, at least?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I've looked at the other ones and they're more difficult. The way they lay it out is really straightforward and simple. Binance, to be honest, a friend of mine had an issue with Binance in that they told her account was closed.
Oh, wow.
And it showed that she didn't have any money, and it lasted for a couple weeks.
Oh.
And she was very nervous about it, obviously. And I just told her she had to keep contacting tech support and just keep going after it and let them know, that you do have this account and you have to record everything that you have. So all your passcodes, all your security codes, because there's no bank involved. This is super important, is that you have to keep track of all of the passcodes, the websites, all of that stuff. And actually, I was just reading an article today that said that now people really in their wills, they should include all that information, because the value of all of this can increase. And also, if people don't have those passcodes, you can't get in, you're locked out. So that is super important. So anyway, my friend, eventually she was able to get into her account and they opened it up again. So I'm not sure quite what happened on their end. But I think Coinbase, I haven't seen many issues with that at all. And they're also now like $1 billion company. They're publicly traded on the stock exchange. So they definitely have a lot of accountability because they have shareholders and, they don't want things to mess up in any way. So I think, and they pumped up their servers and everything to allow for a lot of transactions. So yeah, I recommend that would be a good one to go do.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Is there another question? April or Mike, would you have a question? No?
Mike, you can unmute now.
If you want it. Otherwise, I can show you I can show you some other things too. So I can show you what was the Spades program that Lorian and I are involved in. My husband is one of the founders, and we're really excited about where this is going. So when it first came out as a valuation a few months ago, is at 0.0033, and we've already finished our first and second round investment, and now it's at 0.0089 or 90. It's kind of hovering. So yeah. So Spades, we're really proud of this because the data is secure and private. So we don't do any sort of phishing or mining for information. And then there's also an integrated social media network on here where people can post things. It's sort of like a Facebook. And then there, as I said, no data mining or algorithms or even ads. So the way that we make money to support this is based on the coin valuation going up, because of the usage of this site increases the value of it. So also you can sell and exchange and learn and stake on the site. So we're finding that the people who are also in unbanked countries and poor countries are really excited about this, because if they don't have a bank account, this is actually one way to create wealth, by having the ability to use the coin in order to buy and sell. So these are the different components of it that I've just talked about here. And then there's community and charity and tokens. So we do give, as Lauren mentioned, she's director of charity, and we give twice a month tokens to charities. And we have some wonderful ones that I'll show you here who has received them already. So we've allocated 100 million of our tokens, which is basically 10% of them, to give away to charity, which will be a wonderful opportunity for them, because as it increases in value, then they generate wealth, but also they can use the system to be able to have forums of discussion and buy and sell and things like that. So we have wonderful organizations that are benefiting: Global Women's Water Initiative, African American Women in Cinema, Dream Culture USA, which mentors children to teach them about better opportunities for education and careers, and Villages of Hope, which is based in Africa. And they have families, and they teach there, and they help students. So, and they provide meals. And Peace for People is also a sustainable living organization. So if you want to nominate, we have this wonderful application here too to nominate. And that is one way that we feel that this creates a community, is to be able to support people who really, could benefit from this. And also it's a future focused, basically, as we see cryptocurrency growing in the whole world marketplace, well, they're going to be benefiting. So it's great. And this is Tokenomics, which is basically supply and demand. You can go look at the site. We release the tokens in 3 ways: as charitable rewards, as exchanges, and member earnings. So happy to show you. Let's see, go back to home here, but this is a work in progress for sure. We're fairly new, and it's listed now on just swap. It's hard for me to say that word. I don't know why. And let's see here. We'll just wait till it comes up a second. There we go. And this is how you can get some spades here. So there's a button here. You just click on that, and it gives the directions on how to do that. And then this also shows the valuation currently. So that's up to date. And let's see. Okay. This is a prosperity program. I did want to mention that, and that is where Lorian provided a link where you can get a really great opportunity to learn more about cryptocurrency. So, and that's just by buying a membership for $25, and you get in and you get continuous information that you can access. And there's a whole video on there if you want to see what that's all about. All right. Anybody have any questions on that? I can't hear you, Lauren.
It wouldn't unhook the prosperity. That's just a one-time fee membership.
Oh,
So,
yes, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that's for forever. So.
Right, lifetime. We're going to start a new program. I just talked to Stephen about it today, to give away spades for anybody who signs up to be in the social profile and have a membership, which is free to sign up, and then exchange, you actually get spades.
That's great.
So we're going to be announcing that shortly. So I'm happy to answer more questions, because there's so much here, I know, and I'm hoping I don't overwhelm you at all. But it is kind of like a whole new language. And, maybe I could answer a question that has been brought up to me before, and that is, what happens with when you have trade happening and buying and selling with just crypto, then taxes aren't collected. So that actually can be an issue coming up for a lot of nations and counties and cities and such, that will have to be looked at actually about how that's going to work, how we can balance that and ensure that, our communities are provided for, and our, state and federal level as well. So I think we'll see some shifts coming up. I do know Congress wants to have some more regulation. There is regulation, but they want to have more oversight. And so we'll just see how that kind of shakes out.
I know Don has a question, Kyra.
Okay, great. I'm sorry, you raised your hand. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Kyra, it's nice to meet you. Sorry, I'm in my evening attire, so I'm just going to let you look at my cartoon face there.
That's great.
But I look a lot like that. My question is, because I'm so new to this, we have spades tokens, and a token is also a coin, question mark?
Yeah, that's, yes.
Okay, so Coinbase are the different exchanges where they exchange tokens / coins. And so Spades is not a exchange. It uses Tron as its exchange. So when you pulled up that Coinbase, could you find Spades there, or will it only be Tron there? Like I'm a little confused as to how you get to the, like, what there feels like there's several levels here, and I'm missing. I'm so new, I don't know what I'm talking about. But
no, those are great questions. Absolutely. So Spades being new, we are actually making steps towards being listed on Coinbase. And so we are listed on an exchange called Just Swap. And so Spades is not an exchange. Coinbase is an exchange. So not all coins are actually listed on Coinbase. They're very particular about which ones they have on there. They have a very limited, actually, number of them that are on there. There's other exchanges that have just thousands to choose from. So that is actually one of our next big steps, because when we get onto another exchange, our value will definitely go up, because we'll have more of the public available to buy and sell it. Does that answer your question?
yes.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, we are linked to Tron. So when Tron goes up, our value goes up. In addition, if more people buy Spades, then the value also goes up.
So how do people find out about it?
About Spades?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's basically on the website spades.community. There's a button there to, and I'll show you again. There's a button on there of how to buy, and then also shows the valuation of the coin. So I apologize because Zoom slows down my computer.
That's okay. So the way that people learn about Spades is,
Going on the website.
so how do they learn about the website?
It's spades.community, and
Right.
hopefully you see it here. I'm sharing on the screen.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm
Okay.
just thinking, what's the, are y'all on social media? I know you're on
Yeah.
Facebook.
There's
So
Facebook.
is
Yeah.
that the way? Is this kind of purely organic?
So there's definitely steps involved in growing this. So the website and Facebook are great. Facebook, we have regular shows every week that are comprehensive about where we are and where we're going and what's happening next. And then this is the button to find out more about how to buy the Spades. Also on this website is a white paper that every coin has to have, which basically summarizes what the coin is about and why it was created and what it's being used for. So for this, there's 2 ways of buying. That's on Tron Link as well as Clever, which are wallets that you have to download on your phone. And so these are the actual easy instructions on how to do that. So it's pretty straightforward. We're trying every day to improve. what we're doing and make it easier for everybody. So, yeah. I suggest getting on the Facebook. Are you on Facebook?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah. Are you on the Spades community Facebook?
Yes, I am. Yes, I
Okay,
am.
great. Yeah. So yeah, that's a great way too. And then we're planning to get some text messages out to people to let them know kind of at the moment when things happen, updates. So, people can unsubscribe to it, obviously, but some people like to know, oh yeah, I'd love to know exactly where you are, what you're doing, what's the valuation and all that stuff. So that's going to be another next step. You have any other questions? Let's see.
Is there a centralized placeholder? Is there a centralized leadership committee for this kind of thing? Or is it just kind of like trying to say that all the heads of the big banks are friends?
In what way? I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand.
So how is there a centralized
Oh, for
point
the
of
coins.
leadership for all of the different types of coins in the world? I mean,
That's another awesome question. No, it's actually created by individuals or companies, each of the coins. So there's over 10,000 of them now. And so usually it's people who are pretty tech savvy that figure out how to create a coin. But they hold the coins. They decide how many coins they want to issue. So it's kind of like a company creating how many stock shares they want to issue
Right.
when they create a corporation. It's a similar idea. So they're basically creating like a corporation and you're buying shares of it. So yeah, there's not one entity that holds it. It's just the entity that allows you to exchange is usually like some major players like Coinbase and Binance and such.
Thank you.
But, yeah, you're so welcome. Lauren, did you have any questions?
No, I was thinking April might have had a question.
Okay.
I do. I'm sorry. I'm not seeing the raise hand. I think I need to update my Zoom, so I couldn't raise my hand.
Oops. Okay.
I got called away on a business call, so I missed before dawn. I missed about 10 minutes there, so I hope it's okay.
But you'll get the recording, so you can always
Yeah.
look back on it.
I'm just curious. So, with currency, the normal currency, it's backed up by, used to be a gold standard. So when the company creates a coin, what is actually backing it up? Is it just nothing? It's just digital money, and what gives the value? Is I guess
well-
that's the concept I don't quite get.
Yeah, that is the tricky part, is that that should be the intention. It should be the intention of every cryptocurrency, is to have an actual valuation and a reason for being. That is the backing of the coin, is the value of what it brings to the table for the cryptocurrency market. So it's not like it's backed by gold or anything like that. But there's some coins like Dogecoin that are based on dogs, and so it doesn't really have any major valuation behind it. It's just a matter of that people want it, so the demand's high, and
Yeah.
that's basically how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I just thought I needed to clarify.
Yeah. No, it's a great question for sure.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're getting to understand this a bit more, do you think, April?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
you can
And I
talk to
was
your son
curious
about it.
the bank because, as I said, my son and his friend did this wonderful thing for me and invested some money in 2 different coins and made money, but they brought me cash. So I didn't ever quite understand, well, how do you convert it? And I knew about the tax issue, that it can be a little bit, tricky, or you could say it's shady in a sense if you're not declaring taxes on it. I don't know, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like anything when you make an earnings on a company, or,
yeah,
you have your own business. It's like, if you're not reporting your earnings, that's on you,
right.
But there is, they do issue the earnings and it does get reported.
Mm-hmm. I hope my
So-
son knows that, because he did all the, he's paying taxes on that money, not me.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, if he has write-offs, that's gonna help him,
Yeah,
you know? And
right,
it's an
right.
earning.
Yeah.
It's considered a capital gains earning, I believe.
Right. Well, I think his probably his percentage is lower than mine, so that's a good thing.
Oh, okay. I did read that some people will start opening up their own LLCs in
Uh-huh.
order to move the money that they earn into their LLC. So they
Ah.
relieve the tax burden and they have more write-offs.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
Mhm.
Mhm. Interesting.
Yeah. I actually just joined a forum on Facebook of women of crypto and stocks. I highly recommend joining a group like that. There's over 17,000 women who are members. And I get information every day from them about great investment ideas, how to file your taxes on this stuff. They're not financial advisors by any means, but they have experience in buying and selling. And some of them had great successes. Some of them, they give advice on how they failed or whatever. But
Mhm.
it's a great tool for people to, recognize we're not alone. There's a lot of people in this game, and we can understand how to use it properly and to our advantage to gain wealth.
Mhm. Mhm. Great. All
It is a
right.
great
Good.
opportunity to gain wealth for sure.
Mhm.
You just have to have like the Constitution in order to feel okay with the ups and downs.
Mhm. But it
And that can
seems
be
better
hard.
at this point than the stock market. I mean, it does seem like they're more reliably going up at this
Yeah.
point.
That's why I actually moved most of my money out of stocks.
Mhm.
I just said, I'm just not gaining as much. It's just so hard to get a decent percentage increase. And sometimes, something happens in the company, like Green Mountain, I invested in them. And then, a week later, the CEO did something rather ridiculous and had an affair or whatever else, and the stock dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't predict if these stocks are going to be okay or not.
Right.
Even COVID affected a lot of stocks. But that's not really happening. But from what I'm seeing with the cryptocurrency market, when the stock market actually goes down,
Mhm.
it's staying pretty steady, even
Mhm.
more than gold. I mean, I know gold has gone up and stuff, up and down, but I don't know. I mean, I'm finding that crypto, I think we have a window of opportunity is what I feel.
Mhm.
And I think if we can get into this window of opportunity right now and harness it and take advantage of it and, know when to sell, then it's a good idea. I think we have at least a few years of this great growth going on. After that, I'm honestly not sure because of this issue with not enough taxation
Mhm.
that might start affecting countries and states and such.
Right. Right.
So that's where I think the bubble might burst a little bit, but it's not going to be like tomorrow or, next year.
Mhm.
That's my feeling. I'm not a financial advisor. I do have to say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just from what I can see.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Interested in learning more and seeing the replay of what I missed.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So I'm going to stop the recording right now. And then when it's complete, I'll send you a copy, Lorian. And if you just all hold
Yes.
on
Thank
after
you.
I stop the
Yes.
recording too.